This here is the Craft and Conquer SMP, a server where there's raiding, PvP, and lore.
End this once and for all.
Anyways, I was working on building my new civilization until I seen a particular book. Below a land of infallen empire lies the golden plunders of the man with 13 hearts. He who seeks the treasure will have great wealth, but will find an old memory where only death lies. And then says, he is always watching. Now, my teammates had logged off earlier, so it couldn't have been them that placed it. And I was here 20 minutes ago and that wasn't there, so whoever placed that must still be around somewhere. However, now back to the book. Talked about golden treasures and a fallen empire, and someone's watching all the time. Now to try to crack the code of this book. There was only one fallen empire that I knew of, and I used to be a part of it. Now I'm heading back to my base. I knew where this empire used to be, so my first thought was to head there and check it out. And as you could tell later in the video, I was right. Now, going back to something that was said in the book, it said, the man with 13 hearts. Now, for this server, that could really only mean one thing. I joined the server about a month after the server came up. Now, there's currently no footage of the of this fight. Now, there was a fight, and there was a certain person with mace, but although I'm sure you have seen that I do have a mace, and very few people on the server have a mace, and there's about, I'd say, a little over 100 people that play the server. And as you can see, I am heading through the nether as a shortcut to get back to the old empire. Now, going back to what I was talking about with the maces, I only knew there was 4 people that had a mace, and there was only 2 people that I knew of that had a mace. But 4 people had a mace. I didn't know the other 2. So the 2 people I know of were me and Moy Boy. Moy Boy is kinda allied with me. Now, going back to another thing that was said in that book, it said that you may find a memory, an old memory of that fallen empire, right? And I'm thinking now that it could possibly be someone that used to be in the empire. Now, this empire was called the Galactic Empire. Of course, you know. But what I am getting at is there was like only 8 people that were part of that empire, alright? So what you're about to see is the remains of this old empire that used to exist not even 2 months ago. Now I know what you were expecting, you know, great colossal builds, blown to shit, basically, but no, this was at the start of the server, alright? There was only 100 days, okay? 100 days into the server, so you know we didn't have much. Now, going back to something that was said in the book, it says, below the remains of an empire. So the first thing I thought was, let's go into the mines and look. There's gotta be some down here, right? But you can skip through all this mining part where I'm going down there because I don't find anything. It's empty. So, why are you still here? Did you skip yet? Come on now. Now, if you skip through that, I wanted to check every detail, everything about this place to the brim, see if there was any place cobblestone, anything that could lead a path to where this book is saying. Now go back exactly 2 seconds right now. Did you see it? Particles on that mountain, right above the water. Now, while I am on Bedrock Edition, I cannot zoom in right there. So the only choice now was to act like I didn't notice, so I just keep acting normal. Now, if whoever that was following me the whole time, then it was obviously the one who placed that book, right? Even though I decided to keep exploring, I was on high guard to make sure if this person did have a mace that I didn't get maced and one-shotted. Now, going back to something that said in the book, said, old memories of a fallen empire, and I think they meant to say that for me, and you'll see why. Also here, this is a EU time zone, which is basically the UK, Germany, places like that in Europe. So this was pretty, it was like 5 o'clock-ish when I was on. Now, saying that there are still people on around this time, even though it's a low number, but there's still people on. So I did have to be on guard around here, okay? So around this time I had came up with a plan. Now obviously somewhere around here is an area and there's gold inside, okay? And now I'm guessing that if there's gold in there, it has to look somewhat nice. Nobody's just gonna place it under stone, right? Or dirt, like whatever. And I do have a mace. And I do have wind charges in my inventory. So, and as you can see now, I was right. Now, this was obviously a riddle for me, so whoever was following me, they could be hostile or friendly, but I'm not sure yet. Now, the plan was to loot it up and then lure whoever this invisible person was in here and then block it off so they can't escape. And by now you can see I was right, okay? There is gold inside, and it's a perfect place to mace PvP with wind charges. Now, I didn't have many potions on me, but I did have an e-chest in my inventory. However, I couldn't pull it out in here, so hopefully I could mace this person really quick before having to leave this area to get restocked. And what you are about to see, I was not expecting. I wasn't expecting at all. Now, a chest, it really only meant one thing. Behind you, it said. Now, as you can tell from both these books, this person is called the Watcher. And he's apparently watching me right now.